Hey everybody, it's Tom again. So I got the boiler back together and I'm going to point out something with you real quick with a fan issue. So I did tell you at the end of every season I lube this fan up. I take it off, take it inside, put 3-in-1 motor oil, not like for your car but for an electric motor, and I put it in the weep holes as specified, and I flip it. And I let it sit vertically like this and like that, so the oil can go up and down the shaft inside there and properly lubricate it. I let it sit there for a couple days after my heating season's over, and then I reattach it during the summertime. So it's had all summer to sit there with the oil, but given the humidity we had here in Rhode Island, the hot summer, guaranteed some moisture got in there, created a little bit of rust on the brushes of the motor. But when I turned it on, I was just humming. I tapped it, it started spinning. So one thing I recommend is keeping a spare motor. If this thing dies here in the middle of the night, you're screwed. It's very easy to change out. I got a spare motor. It's in the shed. It's going in there next, that's for sure. And this is going to become my spare. I'm not going to take a chance with this thing stopping in the middle of a heat season. So what I wanted to show you was also inside here. So your reaction chamber brick, it doesn't matter front, back. These bricks are interchangeable, left, right, front, back. But they do recess further down inside the chamber. And when you put them in there, sometimes they hang up just a little bit. If you're doing it for the first time, you won't know until you put your fire rope in. The fire rope is actually sitting higher by about that much all around the inside of your boiler here. So it's important this reaction chamber brick, anyway, gets recessed further down. Rock it back and forth, make sure it goes inside there. Pay attention to that, it's very important. So we're all ready for the heating season almost. Just got to wash her and clean her up. Lastly, the other thing you want to check is if you don't change your gasket, I'm going to change mine, but if you don't change yours, double check your measurements on your bearings here. Make sure your door bearings, the Haas bearings, when they do lock, you get that and it's in there, it's tight. You want to make sure it's even throughout, because you don't want to get a crooked door, have a little bit of air, which I had a friend of mine's boiler do that too. And he adjusted it, and what happened was air was getting into it, was overheating and overboiling. He couldn't figure out why, and I said, well, air is getting in somehow, and what you touch? Well, I touched the bearings up top here. I readjust them like you said. Well, you got to make sure both are equally spaced out, and that can be a bitch to do, so make sure you're careful on doing that. It takes some time and some practice, but you want to make sure you get a nice even close and a lock. So that's it.